Hello and good evening. Welcome to DW News. It's the 24th of April 2022. It's always good to have you here with us. Here are the headlines that we have for you today. Nairobi becomes a hospital hub for East African top politicians. On matters of health, what is the relation between your diet and your workouts? Credit access has become easy with time as the use of mobile loans has increased. But what's in it for their customers? Was a one single state Kenya better than the current multi-party system? These and more in our news coverage tonight. Nairobi, Kenya is quickly becoming a top hospital hub for East African top officials who are seeking medical services. It was rumored that before his transition, Mr. Magufuli sought medical help from one of our top hospitals. Our correspondent Sophia Macau has more on this story.
According to the Daily Nation newspaper, one of the President Magufuli's last moments could be traced to Nairobi, where it was rumored that he was receiving treatment in a top private hospital. These remarks were reiterated by the opposition leader Tundu Lissu, citing sources close to the president. During the same year, the former First Lady of Burundi, Denis Nkurunziza, was also airlifted to Nairobi and was reported that she was receiving treatment at the Aga Khan Hospital. This has highlighted Nairobi as a city under the sun, but the irony is that most of our top officials fly out to receive treatment. This is Amy Gishia for DW News.
The Central Bank of Kenya on March 21st gazetted the Digital Credit Providers Regulations Act 2022 that will require all digital lenders to apply for licenses from them before September. This comes after digital lenders have been accused of harassing their customers by breaching their confidentiality through sharing of information to those close to them. Our correspondent worked with one, Catherine Wamboi, who shares with us her story on mobile lending.
Thank you, Doris. We spent some time with Catherine Wamboi, who shared with us her experience with some mobile money lenders in Kenya. And I must say it is quite unfortunate that people are going through this.
I believe mobile money lenders are there for the good part of the society, and one of it is to boost people in terms of their finances if there is an emergency, or boosting in terms of businesses. So I believe the apps are there for the benefit of most people. And I would say that I've had an experience, like I said, 2 or 3, where I've had some emergencies, and I can say that I have had a good experience with an app where I was able to refund on time, especially when I had an emergency. And their work policies are good. They were good at the time, and I believe even now. So I've had a good experience with a specific app where I really had an emergency. Maybe I wanted to top up money, and the app came through for me, or the app was able to sort me out. And again, there are those who have bad reputation, I may say. And I had one experience where I had an emergency. It was such a dire emergency, and I really wanted to top up the amount that I had. And it was during this time for COVID, and so many people at that time, I believe they were in a very tight situations and all that. So I looked for an app, and this app, I qualified the conditions, and I was able to be given the money. So now come to payment, I wasn't able to refund within the time that I was given. So you see, normally when you're giving these people access to information, they get access to your contact. So that was one thing I felt that they violated, is going through my contacts and texting very high profile people which was against my will, and they violated that that trust, and I felt like that was not the right way to do business with people, because with business people always come back. So I've had a good experience with good mobile money lenders, and yet again I've had that negative part. And I think it's their intention is good, but again sometimes they violate people's rights, and that is going against their will, like texting people that are so close to them. For instance, maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your pastor, maybe it's your boss. I think no one would like to be exposed, especially when there is an emergency. So I think that is one way they also, and again they have the rates of refunding the money. Sometimes it can look so exaggerated, so that you feel like during that short time you overpay, or you overstretch with the kind of interest that you're returning back. So yeah, they do a good job, but again there's that part where I felt there was a need to improve.
For DW News, my name is Sophia Macau.
In December of 1991, Kenya moved from the one-party system to the current multi-party system. Could the movement from the one-party system to the multi-party system be the cause of the tribal clashes that Kenyans have experienced almost in all elections?
People were killed and another 75,000 people displaced in the Rift Valley province, with the town of Molo being an epicenter of the violence. The conflict was primarily between the Kalenjin and Kikuyu communities, with land ownership cited as one of the key reasons for the conflict. This was the first locally and internationally broadcasted tribal conflict in Kenya. As years went on and Kenyans marked the 2007-2008 general elections, another tribal war broke out, mainly targeted at the Kikuyus, which was the tribe that President Mwai Kibaki was coming from. The event that triggered it was the burning of 50 unarmed Kikuyu women and children in the Kiambaa Church on New Year's Eve. This left a mark in Kenyans' heart, such that no one would want to witness a repeat of the same. In many Kenyan communities, voting has been along ethnic lines. This has seen political aspirants from the top level align themselves with a party that is popular in their tribe, or one that is formed by fellow tribe members. I leave this question with you. Has multipartyism contributed to the division of Kenyans among tribal lines? This is the party that is popular.
What does it mean to be healthy? Does it mean when you eat well, you're healthy? Does your working out count as being healthy? Our correspondent, Joanne Moneki, works with two talented footballers who are fitness enthusiasts and will walk with us on this journey.
It took me miles of traveling and hours of research to bring these two talented footballers together. And this is what they had to say.
My name is David Timbe. I've been playing football from age 12 till now. Thank God since we play this football, it has been challenging, but God has been there with me. As a footballer, working out is like a must. It's like a routine. It's supposed to be a routine to you. For me, I work out in the morning from 6 to around 9:30, 9:50 with my team there in Ruiru. Then from there, I go to work at 10. Then in the evening, I do my personal training. Okay, in the evening it's not a must, but if I have time, that's when I go to the field to do my second training. Once in a while, once per week I attend the gym session to look for strength and power. For a footballer, you need that power. For example, for shielding and to kick that ball, you need that energy. But the key is discipline. If you are running today in the morning, can you be able to run the next 2 years? That's the question. My worst mistake is giving an assist to an opponent, and it was the last goal which removed us which made us not to qualify our tournament. It really pains me because it was my mistake. I just felt like I've given out my team. We could give out our best, but all in all we rectify and we are good now. I learned from that time.
Hello, my name is Anthony Njoro. I am a professional footballer. I've been playing since I was very young, from a tender age of, I don't know, around 7 years to date. For me, generally, to be fit is just like, it's just a lifestyle. You don't have to do a tons of things just to be disciplined in your normal lifestyle. I think the easiest way to stay fit is just for it to incorporate it in your lifestyle. I normally don't think it's a good idea for you to train for an event. For instance, for those who are looking to get into marriage, so they have to be in a certain shape or form. But when it is lifestyle, I mean, you don't have a lot of struggles doing it. So I think, and it doesn't have to be a lot or a bulk just to train. Just a simple 10 minutes workout in the house or 30 minutes jog. I think the key for me is consistency more than the bulk of it. The general one, I have to have some carbohydrates incorporated in my diet just before workout for energy, and then post workout probably have some protein for muscle recovery and stuff. I have to be well hydrated, so I have to drink a lot of water than the average person because I spend a lot of time in the field. So yeah, I will say in regards to the match, probably being afraid. I remember there was a game I played, I was so tensed that it really even affected my psychology because I couldn't see clearly, and you know, it's just like, it's a really weird place to be because people are expecting you to perform, you don't understand what is going on. But now I think psychologically to know how to deal with fear and pressure, because football is a contact sport, you can't be afraid to get into tackles, and you can't also be afraid to make mistakes, because I think that was the biggest issue for me. Though you know, I didn't want to be a liability to my team, so I shied out from those opportunities. You know, sometimes you're given an opportunity to score, but you must find someone to give the ball, and you know, such have been my mistakes. So yeah. Hi guys, now it's just a fun session, Q&A.
Kujuana.
Kujuana.
Kujua about mwenzako, knowing about the other.
Yes.
Kukujua sana. Kuna vitu, there's something I don't know about you, unanishangaza.
So yeah, that's basically it. So the first question, I'm the one to ask. How many hours do footballers sleep? How many hours do Timbe as a footballer sleep?
Hey, my guy, me I sleep. Even right now I'm sleepy. But for a serious footballer, 8 hours is okay. 8 hours is good. 8 hours?
Yes.
So that you wake up very early in the morning to start your day. After kuoga, unaanza siku.
So at what time do you normally go to bed? Because you may sleep at 8 hours, but what's the time range? When do you go to bed and when do you wake up?
By 9:30.
9:30?
Eh.
Now that's discipline, isn't it?
9:30 you're to bed.
Sawa.
On my side is, what is the safest position in your safest position in football, in the pitch?
So safest position, you are alluding to the position like
Position, your safest position, the position whereby
I play, where
you
I
play and you feel
so
you're
for
comfortable.
Me generally, the word safe probably would imply injury free, or at least a reduced place.
Not exactly injury free, kwa sababu you cannot tell where the injury will, the place the injury will.
Because most of them, they are huge, they are very protected. So I think the goalkeeper. I think the most dangerous position, if not asked, but I will answer that, I think number 6, because it's a very because they are defensive. It's a very compacted place to play, so they have to be, they normally don't just rely on their physical prowess, but also they have to know and calculate the distance of players, so there's that mentality, so it's a very engaging position. So I'll have to say number 1 for me, the dangerous will be at the center, that is number 8, number 6, and the safest probably, I'll say the goalkeeper.
That's your safest?
Yeah.
To me, my safest position is my position that I play in the field. Because if it could be not the safest, then I could be playing goalkeeper. So me, I prefer my position number 7, because sometimes with the goalkeepers, most of the time, most of the teams, goalkeepers, when you have one goalkeeper who have 2 clean sheets, so it means if you are the second keeper, you'll work really hard to be that goalkeeper. So number 7.
So in terms of safe, you mean
safe? I mean safe. Your position. That I'm safe. That's why I've chosen number 7, because I'm safe there.
So a reduced competition, a less competitive position. That's what you are saying. Okay, for me, I answered in a different angle. I thought maybe it's a risk-free, or so
you're supposed to make it safe. That's why you choose your position. Don't make it safe for the other.
That was such a fun moment. Back to you, Doris, in the studio.
It's always good having you tuning in to our telecast. My name is Doris Wedera. Do have a good night.